The golden age of operators is finally here. If you've been an operator, a project manager, an operations management, or anything along those lines, doing any sort of generalist kind of work, you are gonna be making a lot of money in the next 5 years if you play your cards right. I've been an operator for 7-figure creator businesses behind the scenes for the past 6 years. I've made multiple millions of dollars for my clients and have built teams up to 12, 13 people. But recently, with some of the AI advancements such as Claude Code, I have had to literally rethink everything. In fact, I am actually rebuilding every single responsibility I have had in one of the creator businesses in the next few months with AI agents. Yes, I am trying to replace myself. Right now, when I look online about Claude, AI, and stuff like that, there is just so much hype. But nobody's actually talking about real business use cases, processes, and workflows. Can you actually and reliably replace a full-time 6-figure operator from a business? So we're going to tackle that in 3 sections. First, what does an actual operator do in a creator business? I don't think most creators know this, so we're going to cover it in depth. Second, the 3 buckets of work and how it relates to AI. We will look at what AI can already replace. We will look at what AI can replace, but with human in the loop. And we'll look at what AI cannot touch just yet. And lastly, we're going to look at the new model emerging and how one operator can manage a fleet of AI agents instead of doing a lot of the work manually. Okay, so what does an ops manager actually do? Most creators think operations management is equal to project management, but this is damn wrong. Project management is only one portion of the job of a proper operator. An operator in a business, regardless of whether it's a creative run business or not, is the connecting tissue between the departments and different roles that exist in the business. Think of them as the glue between your team. They are the one that makes sure things are happening at this right time, people are not blocked, they have the right resources at the same time, and are hiring and managing new talent that is coming into the team. The value that the operator brings is actually seeing everything from a bird's eye perspective and how things connect to each other. Think of all the SOPs, all the systems that you might have in Notion or somewhere else. Team accountability, running your tech stack, making sure accounting and legal is happening, making sure launches are happening on time, and that your team is reporting on the right KPIs and actually meeting the right goals. And there's a reason why good ops managers actually cost a lot of money. And if you're thinking, well, those tasks and those things are stuff that I do myself as the creator, that is exactly where you're losing leverage. A good creator operator, that by the way, costs quite a bit of money, is important if you want to actually scale your business sustainably, so that you as the creator can focus on doing your thing, which is creating content, building your brand, going on speeches, talking with potential customers, and your operator runs most of the team and makes sure things are happening on time. The thing is, when you have a good operator, you're not paying for just one specific skill, like video editing or social media management. You're paying for judgment across multiple departments, because a good operator actually touches everything. So think to yourself, if you're a creator making at least $500,000 per year in revenue, and you're the one that is making all of these decisions, and you're involved in every single one of these departments that I just talked about, and you're the one that is answering Slack messages and everyone's waiting on, guess what? You are the operations manager. You're just not getting paid for it. So to summarize, an operations manager or a creator operator is someone that gives you a lot of leverage, is someone that understands the business side of running a creator business, is the integrator or the yin to your yang. So you can focus on creating content and building your personal brand, and the operator can focus on building a business and the team behind that brand. Your job is to bring traffic and build trust. Their job is to monetize that traffic and convert the trust into money and resources for your team so that you can actually grow. And let's pause here for a second. If you're thinking to yourself, I'm an artist, I don't want to make a lot of money, the thing is, you are probably doing your art for a reason. There is some sort of a mission behind it, or maybe you want to share a message with the world. And the thing is, if you have an operator and a business and have more resources available to you, that message and that mission can only become more amplified. Again, hear it from me because I've been in this exact situation with a creator with 1 million subscribers. I've been in a profit share model with them. I have been the creator operator, and there has been so much leverage that has been created in a relationship like that because the creator could focus on doing their thing, and I actually built the whole team, the business, the funnel, the marketing, and so on and so forth. Okay, so now you understand what an operator does to a certain degree, but how does AI affect all of this? Bucket one are things that AI can already replace and there's no human even needed in the loop. Any repetitive admin related stuff is already automated. Invoice processing, contractor payment tracking, expense categorization, approving holidays, and even automated reporting. All of this can be done properly with the correct agentic system if you set it up right. The thing is, if the task is convergent, meaning that it can actually get to a specific answer and it can validate that answer against an SOP, a guideline, or a metric that you give it, that can already be automated to a very, very high degree. The second thing is documentation. SOPs, guidelines, or playbooks, anything that you need as a knowledge hub or a wiki for your team to run, that can already be automated from a 5-minute voice note from your phone. Before, when I was doing all of this, I built the entire Notion system. I actually wrote a lot of the guidelines manually by hand. And now there are even tools like Loom where you can literally share your screen, record everything as you do it, and it turns it into an SOP automatically. Let me give you an example. One of the craziest things that I actually am automating right now is end-to-end accounting. When you think about accounting, there's a bunch of invoices and stuff that goes into a folder, and there is some sort of template that you need to use so that you can create your financial report for that month, right? Before, we were paying almost, I think, $300 a month to an accounting firm to do this for us. And sure, our books are not that crazy. We're not doing accrual accounting, and it's not the most sophisticated accounting system. But still, it would take us maybe a few hours a month to collect all of these invoices, put them in a nice folder, and then it takes a few hours and obviously paying the accountant to get that report back to us. And then it takes, again, a few hours for us to look at that report and maybe discuss it with each other in a meeting. Now, all we need to do is to drop all of our invoices and the specific skill and guideline that we have in the business into a folder, run Cloud Code on it, and the report in the exact output format and style that the accountant would give us will be automatically generated and just handed to us. In fact, it sends it automatically into a Slack channel that we just review. So all of that money and all of the time that we put into doing monthly accounting is now reduced into something that just takes literally 10 minutes a month for us. And the list of tasks that are end-to-end automated with AI is only going to grow as the models get better and as more skills are going to come out. But with that, let's look at bucket 2, the type of tasks that AI can handle to a certain degree, but there's still a human in the loop required. The first thing is content operations. AI right now can draft newsletters. It can write the first outlines for scripts. It can even create shorts out of long-form videos all automatically. But someone still needs to be there to define the angle, to make sure the output is matching a specific quality and matches the general tone and brand visuals. Similarly, customer support is something that AI can do a lot of the heavy lifting for. It can organize the tickets into specific buckets. It can even draft responses for you. It can handle FAQs directly and quickly for you by even sending the emails. But there are still edge cases like refunds, disputes, angry customers that require a human in the loop to make sure they're making the right call and representing the brand in the correct light. Next thing that AI actually helps a lot with is launch execution, making sure all the timeline planning and all the work packages coming together at the right time. This is something that I used to do manually by managing Notion timelines. Now it can already be automated. It can even build email sequences for you, set up automations, and even track the metrics of the launch, all automatically. But the strategic decisions of when to launch, what to launch, and what offer to lead with, these are things that are still human, and I would not outsource to an AI outright. So I think you're starting to see the pattern there. In this bucket of tasks, AI does most of the production and the heavy lifting, but the human still is needed there for the judgment or sometimes to keep and build the relationship between human to human. This could be customers, it could be your audience, and so on and so forth. So in this bucket, AI helps an operator do a lot of the work that they were doing before. Literally, it saves me maybe 10 plus hours a week not having to deal with many of these things and just looking at the output instead. But do consider that the initial setup still takes quite a bit of time. You have to have all of your knowledge set up, you have to have proper memory set up, you have to know what Cloud Code even is and how to connect them, and you have to also maintain them once in a while. You have to know as an operator where to go, what to look at, and how to fix things. And that brings me to bucket 3, which is the tasks that are still 100% human and cannot be replaced by AI, at least right now. When it comes to an operator, the first thing there is reading team dynamics, doing one-on-ones with people, knowing where they're having problems, and unblocking them. This is 100% human and sometimes requires reading between the lines and not always taking exactly what someone says. You could automate something like this, but I don't recommend it. Similarly, any other relationship management, such as sponsors, contractors, lawyers, all of these are relationships that you need to maintain and reinforce over time if you want to have a business that is resilient. And that is mainly because trust is human, and that is not something that AI is going to replace, at least anytime soon. The other thing is prioritization. What not to do and focus in business sometimes is even more important than doing everything. And the thing is, AI can't weight your values. It doesn't know what to do and what not to do. It will only do what you tell it to do. Similarly, handling conflict in the team or around a decision are things that AI right now cannot do. Of course, it can be a sounding board, it can brainstorm or perhaps show you a different angle, but please do not take an AI's advice for your business decisions and especially for solving conflicts around a decision or what to do with your team or which direction to take the business. Which brings me really nicely to the final chapter of this video, which is the new model emerging, what I call the agent manager. I believe all the future jobs are going to be called agent managers. They're going to be community agent manager, customer success agent manager, social media agent manager, operations agent manager. I think you get the concept, where now it's no longer about you having that knowledge as well as executing on that knowledge yourself, but it's about the knowledge you have from all the executions you have done before and then making sure the agent can do the same thing. So you become an agent manager, or in some words, you become your own operator in your small little bubble in your specific niche. So for example, AI is not 100% there right now for video editing, for example. But imagine if it becomes so good that it can edit just like you would. Then your value is no longer in editing videos yourself, but it is in managing the agents that are doing editing. So if you've had experience in editing yourself before, it is very, very valuable because you and only you know what good looks like. You know the vision, you know the values, and you know what are your quality standards. And that is exactly what you need as a manager to make sure your individual contributors, in this case agents, AI agents, are doing exactly what you want. So the six-figure operations manager role, especially in AI businesses, is not going to die anytime soon. In fact, it is actually one of the best times for an operator. An operator by design is a generalist. They don't want to do the work. They want to understand about the work so they can see how that work relates to another body of work and how the puzzle pieces fit together. And that's why with the new agentic models that are coming out right now, operators are not losing leverage. They are gaining a lot of leverage. It is the best time for you to learn the skills to become a good operator and actually start doing these things yourself. Because whether you like it or not, AI is here and it is going to stay and it is only going to become better. So you might as well learn how to use it and how to upskill yourself. And in this day and age, the agent manager role is actually going to be split into two layers. The AI layer, where the AI does most of the production, most of the data-driven stuff, most of the repetitive execution, and the human layer, the one that handles the judgments, builds the relationships, comes up with the strategy and directs the AI to get exactly what you want out of it. So in this day and age, instead of one person having to do most of the manual work themselves, it could be one person with a fleet of AI agents doing most of the work. This could even be you as the founder if you have time and interest in learning all of these agentic stuff. And that's why there's still a massive value in hiring a six-figure operator. In fact, I would even pay more for it. Why? Because if an operator comes with their own agentic systems and their own agents, they are even more valuable to your business because they can come, they can plug in all of these systems into your brand, into your goals, and into your values, all the while you do the exact thing that you've been doing and what you're good at, which is creating content, building real human trust, and growing your brand. And that's why I am so excited about this next phase. From my engineering background, coming into all of the business and operational background and marketing stuff I've learned, can fit together very perfectly. Because the person that understands business and operations and can use AI together is going to be the most important hire for a creator business in 2026 and beyond. So in the next 3 years, I don't think the ops role is actually going anywhere. In fact, it is the season for us operators, for us project managers, to actually get paid what we are worth, especially if we embrace all of these AI tools and know how to actually create real economic value for our customers, which could be you as the creator, or it could be businesses that are really needing these things, but they don't have the time or the knowledge to be able to implement it themselves. So I'm going to leave you with this. The question is no longer, do I still need someone to help me run the day-to-day in the business, aka the operator? It is, do I need someone who knows how to use AI to run my business? And if you're being honest with yourself, you can't afford not to. And if you enjoyed this video and you want to know more about how to actually run a creator business in this day and age, how to scale past 7 figures and beyond, make sure to leave a comment and ask me exactly what is it you want to know. I'm going to create a lot of videos about these topics going forward, and I will do it based on what you tell me to create. If you want to see my Cloud Code setups, if you want to see how I automate my newsletters, if you want to see how I have actually automated most of my client acquisition, all you have to do is just ask. And also join my newsletter down below called The Operator's Edge. I share my systems and I give away all the skills and all the knowledge that I'm building here, because I truly believe the value is not in these systems, frameworks, and skills. The value is in fact in us operators and us founders coming together to build the next generation of businesses that are all AI native.